Okay. All right, wait, hold on. This video is sponsored by Star Conflict, a free-to-play space game that lets you control over 240 different ships, all focused to unload maximum devastation. Like this.
Enemy contact.
Use the link below for a free ship and a premium account boost for 3 days. Seriously, go check them out. I kind of ran my mouth that you guys would.
Snake Charmer. A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Rinsler. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the traitors, the explorers, the noobs, in a world of hackers who operate above the law.
Let's get down to brass tacks. There are certain definitive experiences that must be had. Ships that are the pinnacle of certain activities. Exploring with the DBX or ramming someone with an orca. And blowing things up with this thing is right there on top. This is the Fer-De-Lance, the quintessential bounty hunting ship. Sporting 4 medium hardpoints, it's only one of 2 medium ships with a huge weapon mount. It is single-mindedly designed to shred steel and flesh from enemy ships. And it just oozes style. Really though, look at this thing. It looks like it was ripped from the pages of a campy pop sci-fi comic of old Earth that was. I half expect the world to turn into a neon grid while I'm flying it. And because people only focus on the destructive power of it, you may have missed a few small interesting things about the Fer-De-Lance. Like this glass-tipped bridge on the nose, or the recessed lighting in the cockpit. There's a sunroof in here that goes all the way back. And the airlock is actually recessed into the cargo hangar door. The maneuvering thrusters are angled for better agility, and there's a charming engine growl when the throttle hits about 75%. I'm not exaggerating when I say the Fdl is shockingly well made. The thrust chamber ring nozzle spins during acceleration. Look at that! And all of these little details are all well and good, but it's not the reason most people would fly this ship. This is what is affectionately called the Fdl-Lance, an Fdl with grade 5 dirty drives and sporting a frag cannon in every slot. I'm not gonna lie, this thing is engineered to hell. Because you kinda have to. On its own, the Fdl can be a bit bland, and way too slippery in the corners. But there's 2 important things to note here. 1, I'm still terrible with fixed mount weapons. And 2, I couldn't care less. This ship is ridiculously fun in combat. A well-placed volley from this thing will absolutely obliterate the shields of most ships, and all but disintegrate any ship smaller than the Fdl itself. These aren't even grade 5s, they're grade 3s. I might as well be stopped. It's like therapy for all the times you've been interdicted and had to listen to an idiot in a Sidewinder scream about how he is your destruction. I would like to offer a rebuttal. It's actually so easy to blow people up with this ship that many professionals won't use it. You can't use an Fdl because there just isn't enough of a challenge. So what happens when we get a pilot who actually knows what he's doing in an FDL? Aside from it being too good in combat, there are some other notable issues with the Fer-De-Lance. Namely, it only comes in right-hand drive. Why? Why am I sitting off center? And it's clearly an issue the engineers understood. I'd be willing to bet the reason we have such fantastic convergence of the hardpoints is to offset the view from this chair. And this bar. This one right here. I understand that it acts as a makeshift line of sight targeting reticle, but it makes me want to take a crowbar to the entire cockpit. We have transparent aluminum. This does not need to exist. In fairness, in the heat of battle, you won't notice how the world is slightly off-center. But for literally anything else, you're going to find yourself readjusting the target point to be on-center, realizing you've messed up, and adjusting it back. Roughly every 3 minutes. It's maddening. Obviously, as a purebred combat ship, the FDL doesn't really excel at much of anything else. Despite its low jump range, it can be fitted with an FSD booster to punch up its numbers to something respectable, but that does mean the loss of a Class 5 slot, and a fuel tank that can't make great use of it anyway. Low cargo space means that if you have dreams of making the FDL into a heavily armed trader, you may be able to fit half a bag of groceries and a piece of gum inside before she gets full. And it really only works if you're already chewing the gum. And on top of all this, it has a really stupid name. It's accurate, with the Fer-De-Lance often considered the ultimate pit viper, but it's still a really stupid name for a line of spaceships. It just is. I can't even remember the last time I saw a snake in space. Several independent companies using the same stupid naming convention of snakes is moronic. Is it supposed to be some kind of half-ass clue that these companies are connected? This isn't telling of the Dark Wheel. It's not Roxla is going to be the planet of the snake people. Well past the space age. What's the end game here? Do the snake people think it's a clever wink and a nod to have us flying ships named after snakes? No, it's... Overall, I really like the FDL. Because of course I do. Anyone who tells you different is lying to you. This is a machine that is unapologetically ruthless in what it does. An instrument of destruction so proficient that its presence on the field has become mundane. It is so good, it's boring. And if nothing else, that's something special. A seriously big thanks to Star Conflict for sponsoring this video and giving me some new ships to ogle at. Don't forget to check out the link below. Also, I got a sponsor. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button. If you already have, then thank you again. The soundtrack to use here is available on the Patreon for free, and you could follow me on Twitter or Instagram at the links below. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time.